Okay. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
I was very constipated. I couldn't poop.
We're all soldiers now.
This is The Morning Stream with Scott Johnson and Brian Ibbett by the power of Grayskull.
Oh, look at you rocking out over there. I didn't notice until just now. Brian's like dancing.
Just started just now.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's like going to a rave.
The only cardio I'm going to get today, Scott. It's the... and I'm exhausted. Oh.
Brian, you get it in where you can get it in. I understand. Get it in where you can get it in. That goes a couple of ways.
It's the title of my sex tape.
So, hey, I can see you out of my one eye today. And the other eye, you're a bit of a blur. Getting a doctor's appointment at 10:45 today. I'm doing my first video doctor thing. And I've never done that before. They offer that as a service at the clinic I go to. And they're going to get me on camera and make a determination about my eyeball.
Was that your choice or theirs? Like, did they say, well, it's probably not something that you need to come in for, so let's just do it via video? Or was it like, I'd prefer to do this without me coming into the doctor's office?
It basically gave us the option. They said,
yeah.
Now you can come in, but our only appointments today are at 2:30, which means I'm on DTNS and can't come in. Or tomorrow. And I'm like, well, what other options? Well, we do video ones as well, and this might be one of those. So you want to do that? I'm like, yeah. When's your closest thing? 10:45. Oh, I might be on PMS then. Oh.
Well, we can always, that's no big deal. I mean, missing DTNS versus missing 5 minutes of TMS, whatever.
Yeah, no big deal.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
Hopefully it goes okay and they can just...
Why don't we do it as part of the show? People are suggesting.
I could actually just have it on. No, because I have to turn off. I have to turn off cameras and then return them on because it's all through this. I have to do it through my camera on my PC and everything. And
I think it might also be a HIPAA violation. I'm not sure.
It could be. I'd be violating my own HIPAA, right?
You'd be violating your own HIPAA.
Nobody wants to violate their own HIPAA.
No, you.
Nope. All right. I got some good news, everybody. Good news.
Oh, good news. Good news, everyone.
Sometimes we put stupid stuff out into the ether and we hope for the best, and sometimes our listeners pipe up and solve all our problems, and today is one of those days. So we got this email. It's a follow-up. Well, it's actually a tweet from Jeremy from KC, I assume Kansas City. He is at Jeremy Weekle81 on Twitter if you want to follow him. I don't know if maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know.
Once you hear this, I don't know if you want to or not.
Maybe not. All right. He says this. He has a mod pizza theory because yesterday I was talking about my mod pizza had a big S in it.
Big S. Yeah, exactly.
So he says
super pizza.
This is a super pizza. It's what I ordered and I just forgot.
It wasn't an S, Scott. It actually is the symbol for hope.
Oh, whoops. Well, I could use that right now.
I don't know why I didn't think about bringing that up yesterday.
Yeah, of course. It says they could be putting sauce on and making yours with an S and it cooked with the raised sauce. Or when you put cheese on your pizza, you don't bump it into one spot, and so the S could be a way that they drop the cheese in.
Yeah.
My problem with this theory, it's an okay theory. I want to give him credit.
Sure.
My problem is it was like a smooth S. It wasn't like it was like a after the fact smooth item, like a marble or a knuckle or something like that went and made an S in there. And so I don't know.
You know, even if it was a finger, it was probably one of the fingers that made the rest of your pizza. So it's not like oh, he used his finger to make an S in my pizza. Well, he also used that finger on the rest of his fingers to get the pepperoni and the cheese and put it onto the pizza.
Right.
So.
And I know they wear gloves there because I see him do it when we used to go in there.
Yeah.
So it's even if he did make an S on purpose with his finger, it was probably with a glove on. Those people all work out in the open where they can see each other.
Maybe he's a pizza artiste and he was signing his work.
Ooh, like a sandwich artist, but with pizza.
Exactly, yes. Pizza artiste.
They still call them that if you go to Subway. Yeah, sandwich artist.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
This always seemed like the most patronizing thing.
Right, yes.
If I worked there, I wouldn't want to be called that.
I'm a sub-stylist.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
A sub-stylist. In the actual stylist word, that's a subpar stylist, though. That's the problem with that. So you can't do sub. Sub means under, so you got to go like.
Oh yeah, sure.
I am a
I'm a sandwich stylist. I'm a foot-long stylist.
How about a sandwichist? No, that's bad.
Sandwiched.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
A heroist. What's another word for a long sandwich?
A hoagiest.
Hoagiest.
I'm a hoagiest.
I like hoagiest. I think we've settled on it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Great.
What's
Hoagiest.
another name for a long sandwich? I guess that's going to be a title.
6 letters, long sandwich.
Yeah.
14 down.
Yep. There you go. Speaking of which, I actually did a crossword puzzle last night. Isn't that weird?
No, it's not weird at all. You and I should be getting back into doing those on the regular because it keeps your brain active. And with me accidentally calling my Echo Show Electra, I feel like maybe I want to stave off any weird Alzheimer's or dementia. And they've shown that regular brain activity crossword puzzles does help.
Interesting.
With keeping that.
Well, I wasn't even aware I was doing that, and I forgot what app I was using, but it was that's great. I forgot the app I was using, but I was doing.
Well,
but it was fun. I haven't done it in a while, and it's good for you. Go cross some words, everybody. Get in there.
I did the New York Times Sunday, I did the New York Times last Saturday puzzle and beat my average time for a Saturday by 9.5 minutes.
Wow, it's pretty good. Is this the app thing that does the timer and everything?
Yeah, the New York Times app. Yeah.
Wow, that's a new feature because back in the day they didn't have a way to time you. You just had the paper, right?
Nope, this one times you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think there were people in the olden times that would get out a little stopwatch and time themselves while they did it on the paper?
I have no doubt that there were people who did that, who had like a little notebook on their kitchen table next to their coffee and would write down, all right, Monday I did it in 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
Get on the phone. Hey, Carl, I beat your best time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, totally.
All right.
Yeah, that's the other thing I kind of wish it would do is like let you have friends in New York Times in the app and you see how you all did against each other.
Yeah. See, that's pretty cool. I should use that one. Why don't I use that one? Do you pay for that one?
Because it costs money. Yeah, it's not a free.
What does that cost per month to do?
I want to say it's $35 a year. I want to say it's something like,
that's not bad.
$3 a month or something.
Yeah.
No,
if you're really
it's the
into
New York Times,
it.
so and you get a bunch of additional puzzles, but you get the daily one, which ramps up. Monday being the easiest, Saturday being the hardest, Sunday being just a large puzzle, the same difficulty as about a Wednesday or Thursday puzzle.
Do you also get the paper with this deal? Or is that
no?
Okay, that's not
failing New York Times. No, I don't get that.
You don't get that with your subscription?
I don't have a parakeet, Scott, so I don't need anything to line the bottom of its cage with a failing newspaper. Fake news, lies. Many people tell me. Coverville@gmail.com. That's fine. Bring it on. You wanna argue with my impersonation of our president?
Sure.
Be my guest.
Go for it. Yeah, this brand new idea of impersonating presidents that we've never done before.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Let me also give you the email address of
Brian
everyone from Chevy Chase to
oh my gosh, yeah, when you'd fall down as Gerald Ford. You got your let's get
Dan Aykroyd would be he did your Nixon. He did
he was a great Nixon.
He was a great Nixon.
Who was the best? Who do we think was the best George?
Oh, the best presidential.
Who was the best
George Bush?
Yeah,
God, there
Jr.
were a lot of them, but it would have to be Will Ferrell.
Probably.
His W, yeah.
It was pretty good. I don't know. Frank Caliendo's version of his voice is probably better, but I think that what's his name's funnier.
He had there was some mannerisms that he had that I think was really good.
Yeah, that was good stuff. And then who did Obama was pretty good with what's his name?
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
had the halting really kind of
because he would do the I want to address this issue of the.
Yeah, he was right on. Then we had Dana Carvey. I guess these are all SNL people we're bringing up, but
they are. But I mean, where else do we see a lot of impersonations of the president, all kind of ready to be rated?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, yeah, not to be forgotten. I'm glad TV Rangers brought it up, but Free Rangers rather, not TV Rangers.
TV Rangers, yeah, or Free Travis.
Sorry, can't see shit today. He brings up that Sam Rockwell was actually nominated for a Best Supporting Actor in the role of George W. Bush in the Vice movie. So
he did a great job with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Done. I mean, Bale's Cheney was pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah,
too.
That was pretty good. Put on all that weight. That was great.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for that. We're going to get right to Dunaway. That's what we're doing.
That's right. Dunaway time.
I'm a little behind on my clicking here. Let's see. Okay, so
get to clicking.
we're going to see if I can't redeem myself over that horrendous loss the other day. That was bad. And I broke my streak. Did anyone notice what the streak was? Because that was a breaking of a streak, wasn't it?
See, that's a good question. When we have Randy on instead of Brian Dunaway.
Oh, do we even count it?
Does it count? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Brian, I think I got a reprieve.
That's a question for Bobby.
I got a reprieve, I think. All right.
I don't know. Because I mean, because it's not like we can add an extra check mark in there for Randy.
Yeah, it's like celebrity versions of a show. You don't count those against the big score.
No, you don't.
But you do this. Joining us now on the line, Mr. Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Brian Dunaway, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Hello.
I like my music. Is that my new music?
Yeah, I think this is your new tune.
Yeah,
yes. This is your new thing, dude. Listen to that. This is great. Hold on, let me crank it up a little. Brian Dunaway is the guy.
It's Mambo number 5. We just had this contest 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna keep it. It's just too good. I think it's our new thing.
Dunaway in the morning, a little bit of Johnson.
Get your Johnson out of here.
There you go. Nailed it. We're going to play Battle Royale, and we do it with a listener because that's the fun. And I'm going to find out who's waiting on the line right now. Hi, who's this?
It's Slucko.
Slucko?
Slucko!
I love that. Just the simplicity of it's Slucko.
It's almost like it should be a brand name, right?
Yeah.
New from Slucko.
Yeah, Slucko brand toys for boys or something like that. Slucko, it's good to have you here. You're going to be our person of interest here today as we proceed into our contest of wits and wills between me and Brian Dunaway. Brian Ibbett here will explain the rules and what you could word.
Yes, I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer or repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top. Slucko, based on today's topic. Now, today, I'm having some fun with prizes today. You're getting something to play, you're getting something to watch, and you're getting something to listen to. All courtesy of a bunch of different folks who've sent these in. To play, you'll get the game Horace.
Oh, Horace is great. It's great.
Is it about Horace Good? What's the guy who's leader of the Dharma Initiative on Lost? Horace Good.
Good
yeah.
good body.
Good body. Good
feather.
Horace Good. I'm like in the middle of watching it. They're all at the Dharma Initiative because they went back in time. Good speed.
Good speed.
Good speed. Yes.
There you go. No, it's this really cool 8-bit looking game that's like, I don't know. I really like it. It's funny. It's very British. It's a hoot. It's a very fun little game.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. Platformer
Excellent.
thing.
So that's one thing you get. Hold on a second. I'm pulling this in. There we go. Wanted to make sure I got the name of the person who suggested this topic. Also, courtesy of another name that I don't have in front of me. Courtesy of, there it is right there, Brian Baxter. You're getting a digital copy of Spider-Man Far From Home, so you can watch that on any device you own.
That's perfect, by the way, because Brian Baxter sounds like a name, an alias for somebody who's a superhero at night. Brian Baxter at night.
Brian Baxter. Oh, by the way, the game was from Wesley. Wesley. Thank you, Wesley. And then from Lenhart Steinke, you are getting 2 books, courtesy of Audible, Goblin King and Beast Queen. Those are books 1 and 2 of the Monster Slayer series.
Oh, that sounds all right. Sounds like
I'm interested in that. You know what you missed? You just missed a couple of senses. We need to send them something out. We need a 5 senses package.
I'll send them something that smells. How's that?
Yeah.
Right, something that smells and something that tastes funny.
Oh, good.
Hey, both, just in one.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's true. I have beef sticks that I imagine after they travel across the country, if I unwrap them and put them in an envelope. Wow. Let me taste that.
Especially with the post office running at snail speed.
Yeah, what the crap's that going on? Every USPS thing I've shipped is now delayed. Like what happened? What happened? I haven't looked into this. I don't want to talk about it.
So, don't look into it. You'll get.
I'll get mad, won't I?
Don't.
All right, I'm not going to do it. Hey, well, let's. That sounds like some great prizes.
So those
Brian.
are your prizes. A fun prize package for your ears and eyes and fingers, I guess. Okay. But before you can win all those things, you need a topic. Brian was talking about how he misses the subjective lists on Battle Royale.
I'm about to regret.
You're about to regret that. Tom wrote in and said, how about the top 50 sci-fi movies of the 1970s according to Rolling Stone magazine? So back in March, Rolling Stone magazine listed the top 50 sci-fi movies of the 1970s.
The 70s. I like this.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yes.
I'm down
Top
with plan.
50. So not the 70 top movies from the 50s, but 50
No,
the 70.
The top 50.
Right. Of which we've watched a few.
We have watched a few of these, quite a few of the ones on this list.
Okay.
So, all right. So that is your topic. Slecko, who do you think is going to win this one, and who do you want to go first?
I think Scott's going to win, and let's go with Brian to start.
All right. Slecko has made the call. Brian, you start.
Slecko has made the call. Top 50 sci-fi films from the 70s.
The 1970s.
I would be
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I would be remiss not to mention Alien, one of my favorite sci-fi films from the 70s.
Okay.
1979's Alien, classic, and one that had my mom's friend who's sitting next to me hiding under the seat for a majority of the film.
Wow.
Yes,
Well,
I was 10. She's like 30-something, and she's hiding under the seat, and good for her.
Hey, it's free Mike and Ike's down there if you're careful, if you know what you're looking for.
That's right. You just have to pry them off of the linoleum.
Yeah. All right. Then I will say Star Wars, A New Hope.
Say that one.
Okay.
Yeah. 1977 Star Wars. The biggest piece of low-hanging fruit on this list.
Yeah. All right,
And
Brian.
we might as well
Brian.
mention one that I'm trying to go back through my film sack list, and I'm trying to think. This recently we did Disney's The Black Hole, and I hope that's in the top 50. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it would be foolish not to at least list it in this Rolling Stone list. Go ahead. You're awful quiet.
Disney's The Black Hole. Absolutely. 1979. I was so again, this is one of these lists that's sorted by the. So I have to look under D for Disney, B for Black Hole, and T for the. Disney's The Black Hole, 1979, absolutely on this list.
All right. For some reason, I can only think of this movie, and I hope I'm right. Boy, do I hope I'm right. The Andromeda Strain.
Oh,
sure.
Written in the early 70s by Michael Crichton, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this was his first book and his first movie adaptation. 1971, The Andromeda Strain.
I
really
feel like
good.
I barely got into the years there.
Barely, yeah. Well, that takes something from 1970 as well. So
yeah, I guess so.
it made it by a year.
All right.
We watched that one in class, and I think there were boobies in it.
There were boobies in it.
Yeah.
I think so, and it was still PG-13, or no, just PG, because there was
PG,
no 13.
yeah.
Yeah. Back then, we were okay with the boobies in a PG.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Well,
we were just fine with it.
the Star Trek the motion picture would have fallen into the 70s category.
Did
It
it?
sure would, and 1979, and still listed as one of their.
I guess it was.
Yes, yes. The appropriately named Star Trek: The Motion Picture is on the Rolling Stone list of.
I was sure that was 80, so I feel like you just skirted a close one there. All right, let's go with. Oh, geez, I had one in my head.
Oh,
The Omega Man. The Omega Man. Let's do that.
Oh, that's a great one.
The Omega Man, 1971. Not I Am Legend, but the.
Based on the book,
The
I Am
Omega
Legend.
Man.
Yeah.
That's right, exactly.
There's
Yeah,
two more
1971,
There's two more absolutes that I feel like have to be on this list,
Okay,
and then after that, I'll start taking stabs in the dark. There's
Okay.
a couple of them that I know that we've sacked that were during the 70s that were a little smaller. And now I'm all of a sudden thinking I just said it, but I didn't say it, did I?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know.
No, I haven't said Logan's Run. I was gonna say it first, and I said no, I better take the easy one first. And now I'm
Yes.
saying Logan's Run.
One that we've been trying to watch on Film Sack for a long time. Logan's Run. Oh no, we watched that one on Film Sack, right?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we?
Oh yeah, we did.
1976. Yeah. 1976 Logan's Run, right? Because we had meat and fish and animals from the sea or something like that. An audio clip we played from that one.
Right.
So I know there were a couple of these in that decade, but the question is, which one should I do? So I'm going to say it's the first movie's not, but is it Conquest for the Planet of the Apes or Conquest of the Planet of the Apes?
I didn't even think about the Planet of the Apes movies. Oh, wait a minute.
It's of or for, and I don't remember the of or the for, Brian.
It is of, and it is 1972 Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Absolutely.
Okay.
In the list.
Planet of the Grapes.
Yeah, Planet of the Grapes.
The grapes of apes. I'm going to go with Steven Spielberg's classic, Close Encounters.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, and made us all want to play with our mashed potatoes.
One of my favorite sci-fi films.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I hope this is in the list, but it may not be because Wait, can you remind me? Are these financially significant, or just
the best rated the best of the 1970s?
Well, there's no way this is the best.
Right, best meaning
saving
good,
that.
right?
I'm saving it for later because I'm so unsure about this. Let's do.
Keep in mind, I mean, it's 50, so they probably, when they start getting to number 49 and 50, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. And they certainly are. I'm looking at this right now.
And I'm looking at the bottom of the barrel right now. And yes, it is bottom of the barrel, as you would expect.
Correct.
I remember a movie and loving it and repeats. It was called, I hope this is right, The Land That Time Forgot.
Oh.
The Land That Time Forgot.
It was on Saturdays at my house. It was a thing.
Isn't that a TV series, or are you talking about? Oh, no, okay. I'm thinking of Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost is, although it had similar themes, but I loved it as a kid. Please tell me it's on your damn list.
I am not seeing it on the list.
No.
Land That Time Forgot. Hold on a second. The Time Forgot.
Well, you should have
went with Scott. It is a 1975 film, but it is. I am not.
You should have went with Scott first and Scott to win, because I would have been out.
Hold on.
I think.
I was gonna say, okay, can I tell? Am I wrong then? Is that it? Am I out?
I am not seeing it on this list. You are. I'm officially saying you're wrong, because I'm not seeing it under T. I'm not seeing it under L. And
so it's a movie from the 70s. I'm not wrong that it came out in the 70s. The question is it in the top 50? And you're saying no, it is not.
Of the Rolling Stones.
It is a 1975 film, so it is. It is in the time period, but not rated by Rolling Stone.
It's two things that you're looking for. Was it during the 70s? Was it a sci-fi? And the third part you're missing is, does Rolling Stone?
Was it any good? Yeah, that's the thing.
And that is the key right there. Is Rolling Stone didn't think it was.
All right, well, fair enough. I'll take the loss, but let me see if the one I was holding on to was even going to be close, because I know it's a piece of garbage. But Zardoz, I was going to say.
Oh,
Zardoz,
I didn't think about Zardoz.
Totally on the list.
What?
I've got one more, and then this is just a stab in the dark. I know we watched Star Crash, and I'm pretty sure it landed in the 70s, even though it feels like a 60s movie.
1978 Star Crash, also on the list. Yep.
How in the hell did I not say I thought Zardoz was considered the worst thing ever by everybody.
It was, but apparently Rolling Stone liked it just a little bit more than The Land That Time Forgot.
Dang it.
They forgot it, man.
Here's the rest of the list. I'm going to buzz through these really quickly. Okay. A Boy and His Dog, A Clockwork Orange. Battlestar Galactica is listed on here, but was it a movie? I thought it was just a TV show.
Originally it was released as a film on TV, though, right?
They did a TV thing, but I don't know that I ended up in theaters. Maybe it did, but...
Yeah, well, Rolling Stone. Yeah. Beneath the Planet of the Apes was another one from that series that you could have said. That was the second one, actually, from 1970.
Beneath. Okay.
Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, also another made-for-TV thing.
Made-for-TV, yeah.
Colossus, The Forbidden Project, Crimes of the Future, Damnation Alley, Dark Star.
We watched that one.
Death Race 2000. Death Sport, Demon Seed, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Fantastic Planet, Future World, God Told Me To, Hardware Wars, the parody of Star Wars that definitely
and that's in the top
theatrically
50.
released.
That's what I love about opinion pieces.
Yeah.
Yes, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Laser Blast, Mad Max, Message from Space, Phase 4, Rollerball, Silent Running, Slaughterhouse-5, Sleeper, Solaris, Soylent Green, Stalker, Superman.
Superman is in their list of science fiction.
I guess it's sci-fi. I mean, it's from space, and there's science, alien technology, I guess.
The Brood, The Incredible Melting Man, The Man Who Fell to Earth, with David Bowie, The Terminal Man, THX 1138, Time After Time, Welcome to Blood City, Westworld, and Wizards.
Westworld, gosh, freaking dang it.
I know.
All right, some of those feel like I should have thought of them, and others were tricky.
We all had bets that you were going to come up with Mad Max, though.
Yeah. I always forget the original Mad Max wasn't like 80 or something. That's what I always think of it as.
Right,
I don't think of it as 70s, so I wouldn't even have been on my head.
I really don't like the original Mad Max, but I watched it after I watched Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome, and I think I was looking for something a little bit more popcorny.
Yeah.
And the original Mad Max it's a slog for the first half of the movie, I think.
Oh my
god! Maybe we need
to
watch
until they kill his family. What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
Right,
Kill that family. No, film Saki for sure. But I'm with you. Like, as someone who reveres George Miller's work, the first one is the bummer for me. I mean, it needed to happen, but I don't like it. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's hard to say. I like it for what it is, but it's no Road Warrior. I mean, come on.
Oh, hell no.
No Road Warrior.
And Road Warrior is no Fury Road. I mean, they just get better. I mean, the order.
I don't know.
Here's the order of good. Here's the order of good, and I promise you this is true. Here's how it goes. It goes Fury Road, Road Warrior, Thunderdome.
They're so far from each other. It's hard for me to.
Well, I mean, they are. If you're going to count them all in one conversation, then yeah, you can make a list. But you're right. They're 30 years apart. Yeah. Like, you can't. It's actually a miracle we got it at all. Like, the fact that Fury Road exists and that there might be a sequel or a prequel on the horizon. This is all just nuts. Yeah. This is nuts. This is even happening. Anyway, all right, Brian. May your Thunderdome always be full. Wait, before we do that, Slicko, sorry, man, you lost. But try again, because there's always another chance, and we'll see you again. Okay.
Tomorrow's another day.
Dunaway, anything you want to say or do before we go today?
Yeah, I wanna wish a happy birthday yesterday to Ralphie.
Oh,
Ralph Windwalker.
It made me
birthday.
sad. Saw that again.
Yesterday.
Everybody misses Ralph. Ralph needs to still be here. How come a-holes get to live and Ralph died? I don't understand.
I re-downloaded 2007's Futurama app. That was the last thing me and him were kind of fiddling around with and talking about.
Yeah.
And we just went back to play it because, man, he used to always suggest the greatest little games. He's probably one of the biggest influences towards me playing more app games and indie games, other than you, you, Scott.
Yeah, he was great. No, there's no doubt. Like, every time we did anything, dude, his last tweet before he passed was a quickfire question thing for this show for TMS for a PM episode of the show. He was always involved in the community in some way. Everything from talking to us all the way down to people we'd never even meet, and he would get to know him. He was just the freaking best.
Yeah.
I just love that guy. Anyway.
Great soul, and he lives on within me.
That's right.
Try to remember that.
There's a little Ralph and Brian is what we're saying.
That's right.
Brian, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
See you, buddy.
Forgot to talk about upcoming film sack. What are we doing? It's not Salt anymore because I got to remove.
It's not Salt. Priest. And then Poltergeist, which is Priest plus Gelato.
Yeah, Priestergeist. Pretty excited about it.
You add Gelato. No, I guess there's an A in there.
Is there? Wait.
Yeah, you add. So you take Poltergeist and you take out the OLTEG.
Yeah.
It's Priest plus Gelto.
I see how it is. All right, I'm going to do some news. Let's do some news. Here you go.
Okay, let's do some news.
Here you go. Time for the news, brought to you by
Coverville, where we're going to be celebrating the 55th anniversary of the Beatles' fifth studio album, Help! Which was not just an album, but the soundtrack to a film of the same name by the Beatles, and features them on the cover doing semaphore, but they're actually not doing the semaphore correctly for help. They're saying something like KGFO or something like that. It's kind of funny.
Weird.
Anyway, listen to all your favorite songs, including the most covered song of all time, not just by the Beatles, but the most covered song of all time as part of the Help soundtrack. That's today, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv/Coverville.
Help! I need somebody help.
Yep.
All right. And can I guess the song, or you're saving that as a spoiler for the show, right?
Oh, you can guess the song. What song is the most covered song?
Hey Jude, probably?
No, it is not. That is from the album Hey Jude.
No, Yesterday.
Yesterday is the most covered song of all time. Originally called Scrambled Eggs, later renamed to Yesterday.
Nice. My favorite cover of Hey Jude
Eggs.
is Hey Dude. I like Hey Dude.
Hey Dude. Hey Dude. You're talking about the one by Beatallica?
I think we've heard it here.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
Yes. Hey Dude.
I remember that. Let's see what we got here today. A judge. There's no George. Everything's gonna be read wrong today. A judge orders a man to pay $85,000 in deaths of 2 whooping cranes. So for $85K, if you kill 2 whooping cranes, and I know
the going rate.
That's the
going rate on whooping cranes is $42,500.
These 2 cranes have whooped to their last. A man admitted that he and a juvenile shot and killed 2 whooping cranes in 2016. They now must pay 85,000 big ones and cannot hunt until he completes 360 hours of public service. Sentence given Thursday to Keenan Constantine of Rain. It sounds fake.
How long till he gets to Winterfell if he takes the...
If you go straight down the King's Road, If you take King's Road and then take a left, you'll get there in 2 days. It's not a problem. Depends on what season you ask, because in some seasons, it took a long time.
Other seasons, it was almost immediate for some reason, some weird reason.
It's weird. Same episode sometimes. They would just arrive. Anyway, whooping cranes are among the world's rarest birds, by the way. This is in Louisiana where this happened. And they're the largest crane in North America. The 850 or so that are still alive today descended from the 15 that lived in the coastal Texas area in the 1940s. When released as juveniles, they are mottled brown and white. And
they're motivated.
And they're motivated. They're pretty motivated, you know.
Motivated whooping cranes.
Get some fish, do some whooping. They know what's up.
Yeah.
As adults, they're about 5 feet, 1.5 meters tall. Yeah, that's right. Giving you both measurement systems here. And they're white with black wingtips and have nearly featherless red caps on their heads.
And they're thoroughly unmotivated.
They're very unmotivated at that point. They just sit around.
Loafing whooping cranes.
Yeah, just barely whooping anymore. Anyway, Constantine or Constantin is maybe how you're saying this name because there's no E at the end. What would you say?
You might still pronounce as Constantine.
I think the E makes the een though, right? Because otherwise it's just in.
Yeah, but unless it's like unless it's a foreign pronunciation, in which case it would be een.
Oh, good point. It could be. Well, who knows? He's probably French Cajun or something, and who knows? Anyway, pleaded guilty Thursday to misdemeanor violation of the Lacey Act, which makes it illegal to transport wildlife, fish, or plants taken into violation of any state, federal, or foreign law. He was fined $10,000, ordered to pay $75,000 in restitution to the state wildlife department of Wildlife and Fisheries, says U.S. Attorney David Joseph, man with 2 first names, said in a release on Friday. So don't kill the whooping cranes is the lesson.
Wow, no kidding.
We need them.
But they are good eating, but yeah.
They are good eating, right? They taste like, what do you think a whooping crane tastes like?
It's like chicken, a whooping chicken.
I've never, the weirdest bird I ever ate was quail, I think. I think that's about as weird as it ever got for me.
Well, no, didn't you eat something in China? Or
you
were offered?
Those were chicken feet. I had that. But
yeah, so that's weirder. That's weirder than quail, if you ask me.
Well, definitely weird. It's not a weird bird, but a weird part of the bird for sure.
Weird part of the bird, yeah.
They were awful. I mean, it was like this jerky-like toughness around. They were the actual feet, not the leg. You're not giving me a chicken leg here, folks.
Right. No, the feet, which are a delicacy. And if you go to like a dim sum place, you know, they're bringing that rolling that cart over, and people are like, oh, give me the chicken feet. I'll take the chicken feet.
Yeah, it's foul. It's like chicken hearts at those Brazilian barbecue places. No, thank you.
I don't mind gizzards and hearts and stuff.
Dude, it's like
those I don't mind either.
It's like eating copper pennies. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's giving you iron. Darn right.
Is it though, or is it just giving me a stomach ache? I never feel good after I eat those.
Sure.
Can't do it. Feel like I'm licking somebody's pipe.
Oh, jeez.
Sounded wrong, didn't it?
Copper pipe is what you meant,
pipes.
right?
Somebody's copper piping, plumbing. They're plumbing piping.
That totally won't get edited out for a mashup.
No, it'll be fine. No one's worried. We're fine. Moving on. Hey, I got some science here for you. Check this out.
Okay. Oh, good. I like science.
Yep.
Sure.
Human sperm, the kind what we came from. Okay.
Sure.
One of your dads got free and got to the egg there. One of my
I only
my
have
dads,
one dad.
Yeah. One of mine got free from my dad's. Well, no, you got billions of the millions of the spermies.
One of my dad's sperm, not just one of my dad's.
Yeah, one of your dads. One of your fathers.
One of your fathers, whichever one it turned out to be.
They broke free. They found their way to the old eggaroony there and made it happen. Well, turns out the way they move, we have it wrong. Even though we've seen microscopic evidence of what we thought we were seeing, it's different. It says they roll like playful otters as they swim. This contradicts centuries-old beliefs about the movement of the human spermatozoa.
Wow.
More than 340 years ago, a Dutchman named Antonio van Leeuwenhoek.
Sure.
I'm sure that was right.
Totally nailed that one.
He invented a powerful new compound microscope and accidentally discovered the existence of bacteria. Groundbreaking achievement that changed the course of medicine forever. That's so weird to think there was a time where we didn't know that stuff existed. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not long after, he decided to look at his ejaculate. That's a fun thing to say, isn't it?
Yes.
Definitely not by accident. Then discovered tiny wiggling creatures with tails he dubbed animalcules.
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 No, I think you're right. I think it is animalculus.
Animalculus. Well, it's animal and then culus, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
These creatures move. This is what he said. This was his quote. These creatures moved forward owing to the motion of their tails like that of a snake or an eel swimming in water, Van Leeuwenhoek wrote to the secretary of the UK Royal Society in 1678. This is a long time ago. Mm-hmm. The tail of a man's sperm, he added, lashes with a snake-like movement. Well, I'll tell you what, the scientists of the old were like super poetic in everything they said. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Tony. Did you wash your hands before you gave us this report?
Yeah. And please stop doing it. Please stop. Go talk to the Pope while you're at it. Anyway.
I check this out like 3 or 4 times a week.
Just to confirm. Just confirming. As scientists over the centuries continued to look down from above from the microscopes, there was no doubt what they saw was recorded on film. They moved by using their tails. But no, we shouldn't trust our eyes. Now that we've really gotten down in there, we can see them rolling. And they roll, Brian, like little otters, like rolling guys.
Otters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cute.
Do they jump like dolphins out of the water? Oh, I guess that's not water.
I mean, I don't know, but they make that sound. They go.
That's right. Yes.
But yeah, check it out, everybody. Sperm's different than you thought, and science once again opening our eyes to new possibilities.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine though, if you're the guy that invents the microscope.
Sure.
You probably go nuts. You're like, I'm gonna look at everything. Give me that piece of bread.
This is what's been on my phone this whole time.
Right. It's like, give me that. Give me your toenail. We're gonna see what's all up in that. And then he's gonna look at it.
It's in my Chipotle. Oh my God!
I like in both cases you're using these modern things that he wouldn't have had in the 1600s.
Right, things that they wouldn't have back then. Exactly. Yes.
Let me look at my Chipotle from 1652.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? Like if you invented it, you'd want to see everything.
Yeah.
So why not his ejaculate? You know?
No, he didn't invent the microscope. He invented a type of microscope, a compound microscope.
So what's was there one before it then, I guess? I don't know. We should look that up.
I feel like this is a name that we definitely should be aware of, and as soon as Zacharias Jansen. No. I thought it was going to be a name that we were more familiar with, but Zacharias Janssen created the microscope in 1590.
Okay, so we're, almost 100
years
later.
100 years, before this guy.
Progress was slow, folks, back then.
I just wanted to look at my sperm. That's all.
What are you doing in there? I'm looking at my sperm.
That's right.
All right. Hey, do you miss the Fire Festival? Do you wish that was still a thing?
Gosh, yes. I still want a cheese sandwich. I haven't got my cheese sandwich.
Yeah, where's my styrofoam cheese sandwich container you promised me?
My tent with a bed with a cot in it.
Yeah, and the rain and the mud that's in it. That's in my tent. Where's all that you promised me?
I tell you what I had to do to get a bottle of water.
Oh man, I don't even want to know. You think they do weird stuff at Burning Man? Boy, oh boy.
That's right. Yeah. So here.
Well, if you missed the Fire Festival, you can now buy the T-shirt that was made for the event from the U.S. government. Yes, that's right. They're auctioning off a bunch of old seas stuff from that event.
Nice.
Yep. If you missed the famous international fiasco that was the Fire Festival in 2017, it feels like yesterday. It's weird that it's that old now. Now's your chance to get some commemorative swag from the U.S. government. The U.S. Marshal Service is auctioning off festival merchandise seized from the founder Billy McFarland's stupid event. An effort to provide restitution to his victims. The 126 items went up on auction Thursday and are available through August 13th. As of Friday morning, the highest bid was $155 for a hoodie. A hoodie, Fire Festival hoodie. I would wear a Fire Festival hoodie, dude.
I would too, but I wouldn't pay $155 for it. I'd consider, $20.
I might go 50, maybe.
Really? Prefer just to be able to wear it around and say, "Hey, look, Fire Festival."
Yeah, you got a little piece of weird history. The money goes to the victims. Although,
which is good. That's the way to do it. Is the money going to the?
When they say victims, though, what do they mean? Because do they mean these Instagram kids
the people who
went?
spend? Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, not the people who tried to collect from it, but the people who spent their hard-earned money, got there and realized, oh, this is totally like a scam.
But wasn't that only those people? I thought it was just influencer types that went. It wasn't like a open to the public tickety thing. So you couldn't just.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought anybody could, if they wanted to, buy a ticket to this thing, but it was marketed towards influencers and stuff.
No, my understanding. Well, I mean, based on the two documentaries I watched, it was all like Instagram, YouTube, pretty people is what I think it is. I think that's what it was, because it wasn't very big, right? It was like,
yeah, it was $20,000 a ticket. You just had to be rich.
Yeah, you had to be rich to get. Okay, that's what it is. So there were rich people there that maybe weren't influencers, but you had to be
marketed
loaded.
by influencers, says ICOR. So I mean, you just basically, the victims weren't necessarily the people who put it on, but the people who worked in the Bahamas or wherever it was. And
right, that restaurant that was in there. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, if they're getting the cash, then I would easily pay $50 for that shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
155, a little high.
Yes. Yep, exactly.
What else would I want from that event? I would want Brian's not wrong about the cheese sandwich, even if it's a moldy old piece of crap. I just want to keep it somewhere.
That one I wouldn't want. I wouldn't. Even if the auction was super cheap, I wouldn't go for that one, just because. What do? Do you frame it and put it on the wall? I mean,
yeah. Chat room makes a decent point. I mean, they're victims nonetheless, even if it was $20K and they're loaded. They were scammed. I guess I'm just less worried about them getting proceeds.
Yeah, more than them, it should go to the people, the locals that worked and got nothing for that.
Yeah, and there were people that went out there, construction people and other people that made all that stuff happen, that got shafted. So pay them first. Don't pay the $20,000 guy who lives in Malibu first.
Right.
If there's money left over, cool. Maybe talk to those guys. But justice will be done.
Exactly.
All right, Denver Broncos in the news. Denver, Brian. Denver.
Good.
Denver local connection.
Local,
yep.
Sorry, I was just biting my lip there.
Oh, you all right? How's your lip?
I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Go on.
Wait a minute. Why'd you bite your lip? Everything all right? You good?
Yes, because I had a piece of loose skin on there that I was just dealing with.
Oh, well, you have to deal with it. I understand. Totally get it. I got all kinds of weird things hanging off me I have to deal with.
I'm old.
My eye's like a half an inch out from my head right now, and I have to deal with it.
Puffy and red and.
Ugh, I hate it. You had this once. You know what it's like.
Punched, I've had it. Yes. Oh, it was no fun.
Sucks. All right. Denver Broncos in the news. They have installed COVID misting booths.
Yes, they have indeed. I've seen these.
They're going to disinfect players by having them walk through a misting booth. It's like a little airlock kind of thing.
It looks like a metal detector at the airport that you kind of go through.
Oh yeah, it totally does. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do you suppose they? Okay.
It's less a booth than like a Stargate.
Yeah, it is kind of a
Stargate.
We should share this with the chat so they can see this. It's a very weird thing, and the reason I think it's a little weird is I just don't know how effective this could be. How
effective, yeah.
And do they? Yeah. I guess obviously they claim it's somewhat effective. Here we go. Okay. So this thing looks like. Oh, weird. Sorry, my system for showing stuff on screen is being all wonky. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. Yeah, it looks like it is like kind of like it's almost like an airport screener thing. Mm-hmm. One assumes it just, well, I'll read it here. The Broncos posted footage of the machine on Monday saying, "Time for work, but first we sanitize," it says. Because they've all been out, philandering with their wieners and things. You gotta get them cleaned up.
Philandering with their wieners.
It says the article here written by TMZ says they were told that the booth is spraying a product called Microsure, which sounds like tiny deodorant.
Raise your hands if you're Microsure.
Can you ever truly be Microsure? I don't know. Anyway,
like the Mega Sure, please. Thank you.
Yes, please. It says which is touted as a powerful non-toxic disinfectant that kills viruses like E. coli, how do you say staph infection, but the long version?
Staphylococcus?
Staphylococcus, is that it?
Staphylococcus, yep.
Oh, man, remember he lost to George Bush Sr.? That was
such a disappointment to see Staphylococcus.
He worked really hard. He was up in the polls, and then, at the end, Staphylococcus just couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, ironically, it was the 17th Staphylococcus that didn't give him enough votes.
Oh, that's a good political joke we just made. Anyway, it's supposed to kill that, and it says coronavirus upon contact. So it's supposed to, as soon as it hits it, it's supposed to just kill it.
There you go. Yes.
The misting booth is an additional safety measure, they say, that sprays a safe medical-grade disinfectant on players and their equipment when entering and exiting field practice. That's a quote from the Broncos team. The Bronx have already had a serious COVID scare this offseason when star linebacker Von Miller tested positive for coronavirus back in April. Miller was symptomatic, but has since recovered. He's called on others to take the virus seriously. Meanwhile, other NFL teams and coaches and stars have been testing positive also in the offseason, from Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford to Eagles head coach Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
Or Pedersen. Sorry, Pedersen.
Peterson.
You guys need to be careful, man. Bunch of sweaty dudes tackling each other and, getting in a little close combat there. It's easy to catch a little hoo-ha.
It's just walking through this mist feels like it's that brief bit of refreshment that you get as you're waiting for the tram ride at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yeah,
it is. I don't think it's getting into all the nooks and crannies where coronavirus might be. It's just getting like, the forehead and the cheek, and but maybe not necessarily into the chin or in the neck fold of the jersey or something like that. It's.
Well, it shows. So the sprayer valves are all lining it on the side and the top, but I don't know how you get your undercarriage there.
Yeah.
There's no floor.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Which is where most of the tackling takes place.
Right. That's right.
Tackled them with my undercarriage.
Give them my undercarriage. That's how I became a great tackle.
Defensive tackle.
Check it out. Also, at the top of that thing, it looks like a blade. Like a guillotine-looking blade. You see that in that picture?
It kind of does.
I feel like everyone's playing a little Russian roulette with that.
Right? Yeah. Like, no, okay, you get through. All right, how about you? No, how about you come through?
Got to be careful. You're going to get shaved in a way you don't want to be shaved. All right.
I mean, I like the idea of just, you test the players regularly. You keep them in a bubble. You don't let them interact with other staff and certainly not fans and things like that. You just do what the NBA is doing. Seems like the best way to do it.
Yeah, the NBA seems to have it together pretty well.
Yeah.
I found the brand.
Major League Baseball, not so much.
Yeah. It's a company called Service Med. The slogan is Greater Prevention Products. They make the Microsure we're talking about.
Okay.
Trying to see what this would cost me. I wonder if that's an Amazon product. I'm just curious if I can buy bulk Microsure.
Oh, Dice Tomato says the NBA's bubble worked out well. Sarcasm. Has there been a positive test now at the NBA's
well, somebody was sneaking out. I remember that story, but did someone get
really?
Yeah, they were sneaking off campus or something. Quote unquote campus, which I guess is just like the Disney hotels there or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Microsure is not available on Amazon. I'm just checking.
Oh, good. Okay.
There are some that
Sure
say,
is, but not...
yeah, Sure is on there. Also, lots of things that are micro brand things, but no.
Seriously. So apparently one of the NBA players went to a strip club for chicken wings.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
great.
Oh, that's great. That really?
Yeah.
He was given approval to leave for a funeral, but went off.
But then he went to a strip club.
Gosh dang it. Why? What's the deal?
I
mean, I know they're like 22 and not mature and have billions of dollars, and I know. It's a weird
maybe thing. Maybe we could, I don't know, take a break from looking at Beaver and getting chicken wings and play basketball and keep everybody safe. I don't know.
Brian meant Leave It to Beaver, the TV show.
That's what I meant, yes.
Yeah, that's all he was referring to.
That's the animals that they have at Florida strip clubs. Did I not mention that?
Oh yeah, they have the animatronic ones at the wing place. They talk to you.
Send your emails.
Yeah. Barry the Beaver will bring you his wings.
Right.
Everybody wins. Barry.
All
right.
Barry.
Let's see. Oh, look at this. I can get Zep Professional Easy Scrub Industrial Hospital Strength Hand Cleaners, a 4-pack for $113.86.
There you go.
It looks like stuff's still a sham.
Bargain.
These things are still a sham even now.
Can you make it? Can you strap some hose to a few 2x4s and make your own little Mr. Metal detector that you can walk through on your way to TMS in the mornings?
One hopes, one dreams.
Sure.
All right. Well, I think we've done all we can do there.
I think so.
I think you should take a break. We're going to play a song. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here to talk about the day's tech headlines. Nicole will be here as well. We're going to do a little recommendals today as well and see if I can make it on time for my dumb doctor visit. All that and more coming up after this. Brian, what are we playing?
Yeah, so how about this one right here? This one actually comes with a pretty cool music video. So if you like the song, go watch the music video as well. This is a performer by the name of...
Or he turns into a blind guy who smells women.
When they gaze upon Yosemite.
This is the Morning Stream with Scott Johnson and Brian Ibbett. The sensation of Europe, now made in America by Samsonite.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back.
Yeah. Jonathan Tyler and the song Mr. Resistor. Check it out today.
For the record, it's Yosemite National
Is that what he was trying to say was Yosemite?
Yeah.
The gaze upon Yosemites.
Yosemite.
What I used to say when I was a little kid, I called it Yosemites, but he's an adult.
Yeah, he's an adult man.
He's an adult.
Let's get into the next phase of this chicanery.
Yeah.
And add Mr. Tom Merritt to the call. Oh,
You've added
changed
glasses
this.
to your face.
I did because I'm getting the most massive headache from this eye thing.
Sure.
And these block blue light, so I hope it helps. It may not help. I don't know. It probably won't help. I'm just trying to look as much like a clown as possible today, so it's working out pretty good. All right, here we go.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is, of course, and always, Mr. Tom Merritt. He is calling all the way from DTNS Central. Oh, hi, Tom. How are you?
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Scott.
Oh, hi. There's
How
your
are
camera.
you?
Hi. Hello.
Oh, hi. How long have you been there?
We got his.
I didn't see you there. I was just marveling over this announcement of Mulan.
Yes, the $30 thing. It's a pretty good deal, actually, because if you got.
You guys talk about this?
No, we haven't.
Not
Not at all yet. But this idea that if you have 3 people in the room, you've already spent less than you did at the theater for such things. And you don't even have to pay for exorbitantly priced popcorn and drinks and stuff. So
I say, do this with Tenet, do this with New Mutants. Yeah. I'd be fine with it. I'll pay that amount.
You obviously aren't a stockholder in AMC theaters, are you?
You know what's funny is I was on that AMC Stubs deal where you pay $15 a month or $20 a month and see as much as you want. But I'd be fine if AMC did this and you paid AMC and then they just gave you these first run movies. I'd be fine with that too.
Well, right? They do. AMC has an online store where you can rent and buy videos.
Yeah.
They do.
So you can do that if you want. They're not going to get Mulan though. That's what's weird about this. Yeah. It's not like Trolls where NBC Universal just put it out on all the normal stores. It's only available in Disney Plus that you already have to pay for, and then you have to pay $30 on top of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. You're already subscribing to the service to even get in there.
I mean, you're thinking of it, Scott, because you're like, well, that's sunk cost. I already pay for Disney Plus for The Mandalorian and all the other stuff.
Right.
So that's just my new store, but that's not the normal way you do this. Also, $30 is not cheap. Trolls was 20.
Yeah, that's true. But even with all this and with the idea that it's a little bit more money and you got to you have a little bit of a gate to open to get in there by subscribing to the thing in the first place, it still seems like Disney's going to take a huge bath on this, right? Like there's no way they're going to. Well, I shouldn't say no way, but they're not going to make the theater money they would have made in a normal year.
Probably not for Mulan. You're right. Probably not. If there was no lockdown, if there was no fear of a virus. You would make more money putting this out in the theaters because everybody'd be so excited and they'd rush to the theater. And, they almost did that. They were doing the premiere the week that lockdown happened. They had to cancel the premiere. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. They did the red carpet premiere. They had to cancel the media preview. It was that close. Right, they did the red carpet. And then the following Tuesday was supposed to be the media screenings, and then it would come out later that week, and the media screenings got canceled. It was so poorly timed for them.
That was a real
poor
bummer.
Things. How will they ever survive?
How will Disney claw out of the hole that they're now in?
No joke. They're losing $5 billion or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's several $1 billion this last quarter. And hey, but we're doing all right with streaming.
Yeah,
so
they're doing good with streaming. All their stuff is good that was already on TV. They're just struggling with the parks made are
parks,
taking a huge hit.
Parks and movies, which are big chunks of their revenue. No mistake.
Yeah. So are they actually? This is a good question because we were asking ourselves yesterday and we didn't bother to look it up. So we'll ask you because you live in California. Did they reopen Disney Anaheim or no? Did that happen?
No, they only reopened Orlando.
Okay, that's what we were thinking.
Just downtown Disney is the only part of
correct. That's
Anaheim.
Right. And you can go to the area outside of the parks that have the shops and stuff. That's reopened, but you can't get into the parks.
Can I go into the Lego store that's there and just rub my hands all over the Legos that are in there? Is that
I imagine you would be asked to stop.
Probably, and leave even. Probably leave. That's what they'd say to do.
Yes, especially if you didn't have a mask.
Yeah. Well,
there was a store we went to in Estes Park this last weekend that had a sign that said, "You touch it, you buy it." I remember the old "You break it, you buy it."
Yeah, right.
Like "You touch it, you buy it."
Wow. That's hardcore. Imagine what would have happened to George on Seinfeld when he took that book into the bathroom of that bookstore.
He should have bought that.
Yeah, he should have bought that thing.
If I could put this Disney announcement in a little more context for folks too, that they may not have thought about, the recent news that NBC Universal and AMC theaters had come to an agreement to reduce the theatrical exclusive window to 17 days makes this an even more interesting story. Yeah. Because that's just between Universal and AMC, and all the reporters on this say, the word on the street is Jurassic World is not going to do 17 days. It's going to do the full 90, that there's sort of an understanding that, everybody wins if the big blockbusters do the full 90. Mm-hmm. And so my next question was going to be, what are Disney, Sony, etc. going to do? And the next step was Disney saying, we're just going to put the movie in theaters where you don't have Disney Plus. That's something folks should realize. If you're like, wait, I live in an area that doesn't have Disney Plus, it's going to come to theaters. They haven't said when, but it's going to come to theaters in those regions. It's just going on Disney Plus in the regions that have Disney Plus and not going into theaters at all. So I wonder if part of this move is to gain leverage in those discussions, which are definitely happening between AMC and Cineworld and all the other big theater chains.
Yeah, I'm curious about. I would love to be a fly on the wall in one of those meetings, just to hear what this sounds like, because there are no great options, right? Like we're definitely in a better place than we would have been, say, 30 years ago, where no other options were available except movie theaters, right? So that's all you'd have. So there's definitely that aspect to it, but this cannot be a fun thing to navigate for companies with huge shareholder problems and gigantic losses. And
I mean, I think the studios are in a fairly good place where they could say, look, if there were no more theaters, we still have a business.
Yeah.
We could sell movies to people.
Right.
But theaters are lucrative for the studios, for blockbusters, for big stuff, which is why NBC Universal had that 17-day window. Was this will allow us to put movies into theaters still that we otherwise wouldn't. Because it was this movie's not going to be worth putting in theaters for 90 days. Let's sell it to Netflix. So theaters said, look, okay, we'll give you a shorter window for those.
Yeah, super interesting. By the way, I was thinking, go ahead, Brian.
Oh, as a two-person household, both of you now two-person households, would you pay the $30 to watch Mulan?
Yes, because
probably
I'm going to do that because the Taylor and Dylan and Van, who are also isolated as much as we are, will come over as well. So
they'll come over. Okay.
So we're getting
what
like a
I
huge
don't
value for it.
know is if you pay for it and you're sharing a login, does everybody with the login get it? I bet they do.
Probably
but they do. Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Is it probably that 24-hour thing like Apple?
Yeah, like
rentals and Amazon rentals.
Yeah.
Once you start it, you have a certain amount of period to finish watching it, but you can start it and restart it as many times in that period as you want. So
sure.
I wonder if they'll lock it to a single stream. We don't know those details. We don't know what the rental period will be, whether you get it for longer than a normal rental. That's what's so weird about this being on Disney Plus. If this was just, hey, we're going to rent it for $30 in the normal stores, I wouldn't have any of those questions. But being on Disney Plus, it's like, well, does it still follow those rules, or do I get it for longer? Does it stay in my catalog until it finally comes out on Disney Plus, which eventually it would? Like, I'm very curious about all those details.
Yeah,
because if you've got little kids, they're going to want to watch the thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Well,
why can't we watch it again? It was on Disney Plus. All the other stuff on Disney Plus we can watch over and over again.
Oh man, see, there's the whole disconnect there with the kids who know the service as well as you
I think
do.
it's still worth $30 for us, just because if we did go to the movies, they're $12 to $15 already here, sometimes up to 17, 18. So it's about the same or cheaper.
It's definitely if we add one more person to the household for our watch through, it's cheaper than if we went to the theater.
Sure.
Our dogs can now watch it, which they wouldn't be allowed to do in the theater.
Right. You can't even allow that. And that's the other thing is I hope people are encouraged to like fill their house full of people they don't know their COVID status, and so they can get the most money out of it.
I don't think that's a big worry.
I hope not.
I think the people who would do that were already filling their house for other reasons. So.
Yeah, good point. They're not going to
start. If you think about like the money you'd spend on popcorn and a drink, though, it probably does for a two-person household. Probably does come out pretty close to even.
Yeah.
Unless you don't spend that money.
Yeah. Unless you're like my mom. Yeah. My mom
unless you exercise some restraint.
Yeah. No. I need the
my thing is
popcorn butter and
my thing is a pretzel and beer. At the
really?
Flight. Yeah.
Nice.
You're you're a baseball fan even when you're not watching baseball.
When I'm watching movies. I know.
Totally.
Yeah. Doesn't matter where Tom goes, baseball is on.
But Tenet I would do this with, and New Mutants I would do this with.
I'm Christopher Nolan. Yeah. He's just sitting there wringing his hands like, no, I don't.
No, they're going to be watching this so
theaters
closely.
Only. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to be watching this so closely. I'm with you, because that's a movie. It feels like I'd be disappointed if I would have seen Inception on a small screen before seeing it on a big screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, and Nolan is on record saying his movies in general need to be seen in theaters. Like he doesn't mind them being shown afterwards, but you need to be able to see it in a theater. So we'll see if he cracks.
I think he's still one of those. He's like Tarantino. He won't do digital. It's all film, shot with these amazing, huge film cameras. And I don't know. Feels like if you're gonna go all the way out. You want to go all the way in as a viewer and see it on the screen it was meant to be shown on. But I will happily pay for it at home if it needs to happen that way. Okay, Christopher Nolan?
Just realized that in the crossover of technology, cord killers, and Wednesday, I hope I didn't steal Nicole's recommendal.
Oh, yeah.
Apologies, Nicole.
You never know. You never know.
Well, you think she was going to recommend Mulan without seeing it first?
I mean, I would if I were her. I'd be like,
oh yeah, no
easy,
way.
Done.
That's a cheat. We only recommend things we've seen.
All right. See, that's why she does that segment and not me.
Yeah. See, there you go. Now it all makes sense why Tom is doing what he's doing and why Nicole
like a
does
precognital is what you'd be talking about.
A precognital. Oh, that's the name of Tom's new book is called Precognital. Tom Merritt, speaking of books or anything else you want to talk about, anything you want to mention here before we
Work Insanity is back for season 2. If you are working from home, which I know tons of you are, it's a chance to just pick up some tips, hear folks talk about the experience of working from home. Myself and Patrick Beja, who've both worked from home for more than 10 years, are sharing our experiences and the experiences of our audience. We have some very cool Q&A episodes that include some tips and comments from folks in the audience. So go check it out. All of season 1 is available, and season 2 just premiered this Monday. Workinsanity.net.
Perfect. Daily Tech News Show today at 2:30. Make sure you're there for that as well. Tom Merritt, Ace Detect on Twitter. We'll see you later. Bye.
Woo.
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 Was that him or was that you that wooed?
That was me.
Oh,
that was
okay.
Me.
It's a great sound. Jamie, pull that out, will you? And
Woo!
Use that for something.
I expect that the other one to consider is Black Widow. If Mulan does really well, that would probably be the one that Disney would consider doing next. They don't have pull on New Mutants or Tenet, obviously, but they would have pull to say, yeah, we could do this with Black Widow.
They might have pull on New Mutants because they own Fox now, right? Wouldn't they have some?
They own them now, but does that movie still fall under Fox because it was completed before the?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they own Fox Pictures now, so I would assume that they are who benefits. I don't know.
They might, yeah, they might.
Well, I know this for sure. It's Nicole Spagnuolo all the way from Colorado. Nicole, how are you?
Yay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Were you hearing some echo or something?
Yeah.
I loved how you said that because it was like, I'm good. I don't know if I am or not. Hey, it's good to have you here. She's what makes Recommendals work, where we recommend our cool stuff that we've seen on streaming services. And Tom thought he was cheating by taking Mulan, thinking that you might recommend it. But
no, yeah.
It's like
you're right. I haven't seen it yet, so
not how it works. Not how it works.
How it works.
Although I'm a little surprised movies like that haven't leaked yet because they've been sitting in the can for so long because of the no theater release. I don't know. It feels like ripe for some idiot at Disney to go, I'm going to leak this before I quit or whatever. Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Furlough me, I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. I assume screeners will go out, but maybe they haven't gone out, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, hey, let's do this. Brian, we always start with you because why not? You got a thing to recommend here. What's your...
I have a thing to recommend. This is a series. My first one is a series.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play this right now.
Anyway, I just like to thank my new friends at the Lynx Lodge for helping me understand all this. And it's possible. It's possible to touch the sublime. Like today, I saw a vision of my dad in a scummy pool, and then I pulled a dead rat out of a pipe, and then it came back to life. Yeah? And, maybe there was an air pocket in there or something or whatever, but either way, I ended up with a heart-on. And, no, but that's not, that's not what, it meant. I mean, that's neither here nor there. Sorry. Look, what I'm trying to say is that we don't need to do all this. We don't need to say goodbye because my dad's still here. So, thanks for coming out.
What is this? Seems awkward.
That is Dud giving his dad's eulogy.
Wow.
In the series Lodge 49. This is an AMC comedy, but it's now available on Hulu. So if you've got a Hulu subscription, you can watch it there. 2 seasons. It wraps up, so it's a 2 and done series. It is a really fun, deep. I mean, this is probably, if you're and I know you are a fan of Fargo, this has got that same kind of combination of humor, quirkiness, and a deep kind of storyline around it. It's maybe a little funnier than Fargo, like less drama on the drama side of things.
And would you say that most of the show is as awkward as that eulogy, or is
no,
it? Okay.
No, that was just one of the funniest things that was on that in the third episode. I was like, as soon as I saw that, even though we watched 17 episodes after that one, I said, that's what I'm using as my recommendal, is that clip right there.
Nice.
It's the guy you're hearing right there, by the way, is Wyatt Russell, who we're going to see soon in the Winter Soldier. Falcon Winter Soldier series as U.S. Agent. He's going to be the guy who plays U.S. Agent.
Oh, okay. Cool.
This is produced by Paul Giamatti, who also makes an appearance in the second season. It's about a guy, a really curious, kind of goofy ex-surfer guy named Dud, who is kind of lost after the passing of his dad. It follows him and his twin sister, Liz, and he finds this lodge, Lodge 49, which kind of gives him renewed direction in his life. And in doing so also renews the direction of the lodge itself. And it's great. It is really, really good. Lodge 49, it is on, like I said, on Hulu and worth checking out.
All right.
20 episodes, 45 minutes each. And kind of, kind of a positive thing to watch right now.
Oh, well, I could use some of that. That sounds great to me.
That's right. Yes.
Excellent.
Well, you want to, let's do this other one really quick. You all right, Nicole?
No, I got kids.
No. Oh, it sounded like you fell over. Are you all right over there?
No, I have one. Mateo's yelling for me. I'm like,
if you need to go, I'll do it. We can do my second one really quick.
Let's do your fast one. All right, here's your clip, Ryan. We'll play it.
By the way, my ex-spouse did not give me the heat. She met some rich guy who made his fortune selling comic books, and in this economy, that's enough to vaporize a marriage. Suddenly get replaced by a comic book version of yourself. Nobody wants to live where they are. They all want to be in a fantasy, Ing. All right? She gave me the heat. I know what you're doing. You're not going to pick my brains. They're unpickable. And your attempt to get under my hood and ask Barb questions is frankly... fantastic.
Thank you.
What is that?
I'm tempted to say menehune. Like Hawaiian leprechauns.
Is that Emma Stone?
That is Emma Stone.
Is that Bradley Cooper?
That's Bradley Cooper and Emma
Is that
Stone.
the one where they're in Hawaii?
That's the one where they're in Hawaii, called Aloha, directed by Cameron Crowe. I never even heard of this thing, and we stumbled on it the other night and decided to watch it. It's so it's called Aloha. It's okay. It's worth seeing for the cast. And actually, let me rephrase that. It's really good if you like Cameron Crowe's style of directing, which is a lot of different stories that don't necessarily wrap together at the end. So it's not going to be your typical Hollywood rom-com thing with all these people, but it's also got Rachel McAdams, Bill Murray, John Krasinski, Danny McBride, Alec Baldwin, like this amazing cast. And like I said, directed by Cameron Crowe. And it's a good background while you're cooking dinner kind of movie.
Well, I remember it got some press when it first came out because Emma Stone plays
that character is supposed to be half Chinese, half half Hawaiian, and she looks neither.
Hold on, Ava.
Oh,
how is that even
talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Emma Stone.
Right. All right, Emma Stone. So wait, is that true? Because she doesn't look anything like either of those things you just said.
No. And so there was some big backlash against Cameron Crowe for picking Emma Stone for that role.
You could have literally picked from there are a ton of great Polynesian actors. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. That's weird. That would just throw me off. The whole time I'd have been like, okay, you're not that at all. Like,
no, and it's not, her name is Allison Ang. And it just seemed like it was unnecessary casting, but it's you know,
it is what it
People
is.
in the chat. Is this the one where Emma Stone played an Asian woman?
Yes,
yes,
exactly.
this is.
That
This
is, yes. So anyway, not a, you know, it's got an okay Rotten Tomato score, I think, in the mid-range. But the acting, I think, is really good. The storylines, as many as there are good, but it's a typical Cameron Crowe movie where it kind of goes off in 5 different directions. And
They don't do like Tiny Dancer and sing Tiny Dancer.
They do not do like an Almost Famous thing and sing Tiny Dancer. It's probably more like Fast Times at Ridgemont High as far as like all the different stories that don't come together at the end.
I still think Say Anything's his best movie. I'm just putting that out there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of all his films, and I really like a lot of movies he did and things. Also, he hasn't done anything for 5 years, like nothing since this movie. Well, he did some TV stuff in 2016, but anyway, yeah.
Things,
If you want to see,
Is Aloha his Curly Sue?
Yeah, might be. Yeah, the John Hughes equivalent. So I'd say, you know, this is a semi-recommendal.
Semi-mental.
A semi-mental.
You're describing me today. That's what you're describing. I never saw Elizabethtown. Was that any good? Elizabethtown, 2005.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
Right.
Never saw that.
Kirsten Dunst.
Legolas.
Yeah, it had Legolas and Kirsten Dunst and Susan Sarandon, Alec Baldwin again. Pulled Judy Greer out. She's cool. Yeah, I never saw that.
It's all right. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Wow, it's a mix in the chat room. I like Elizabethtown. Elizabethtown is garbage. E-Town is fun.
It's nice to see that he continues to be a controversial director.
Yes, very divisive. So maybe that's his Curly Sue. I don't know. Anyway, Aloha. Also, I want to say that's on Amazon Prime.
All right. Oh, yes, it is. I see it right here. Here is mine for this week. It is a documentary, and that is all I'll say.
People once called New York Fun City. Now the police are calling it Fear City.
In the 70s, the city of New York was owned by the mob.
We were untouchable. I didn't feel New York was mine for the taking. I thought we already took it.
They had judges they put on the bench. They controlled restaurants, the docks, the ships, hospitals, and go on and on.
It was total anarchy. You knew if you didn't pay on time, they'd bend your leg and stuff it in your pocket.
All right. Guesses?
Yeah. I saw this trailer. I was watching the Umbrella Academy, and
this probably popped up.
Yeah, so Fear City.
Fear City, New York versus the mob. It's all about the mob in the 70s and specifically their control over much of New York City. And boy, I'll tell you one thing, it really came away from this. This was the thing that put Rudy Giuliani on the map. He was a district attorney at the time. He is the one that brought the RICO charges against the mob, had the plan to do what they did, worked with the FBI to get all the surveillance stuff done, and basically broke it wide open and ended up destroying mob control of New York City. Almost single-handedly. What the frick happened to him?
Wow.
Like it's almost like heroic. It's heroic
2 different
stuff.
people practically, right? Like they replaced him with a
it's like fearless
subpar clone.
It's like fearless heroic business, and he's just a weenie now. But anyway, for whatever it's worth, it focuses entirely on that decade and a little bit in the early 80s when a couple of things went down that sort of finished all this off. But if you like stuff where you really get into the nitty-gritty of how you can do surveillance, what's legal, what isn't, it's a very sweary documentary because everybody in the mob, it turns out, talks exactly like Tony Soprano does, and it's shocking. I always thought I'd see movies like I don't know, Goodfellas or something, and go, oh, they're playing this up. They don't talk like this.
They don't really talk like that.
They totally talk like this. They have actual tape from being surveilled at home and in their cars and all these places they put bugs. And they're just talking about deals going down or whatever. And you'd swear Joe Pesci's in there just saying, hey, we should do this. Why don't you rub them out with the effing mother effing mother effing?
I gotta go home because Carmela's making some gabagool.
It was shocking to me to learn how close that stuff is. I think I owe Scorsese an apology for. I thought he kind of cartooned it up, but it's not. It was just like that.
Pretty accurate. That's funny.
But anyway, it's very good. It's only 3 episodes, and it's one of those just really good Netflix direct documentaries that are very well made, and I feel like I learned a lot, and I never really truly understood what the whole New York in the 70s mob stuff was really about, and I feel like I know a lot more about it now, and it was really, really interesting. So recommended. Yeah.
Brian, you made me think of the time that I actually tried to order a sandwich and said gabagool, and Mark was like, "Was in California?" And Mark goes, They don't know what gabagool is. I was like, oh, capicoli.
Gabagool.
Anyway, that's a good one. I recommend it. Awesome. I had a minor one, but I'm just going to mention it again because Brian and I talked about it. It was, I have 11 seconds of it. I may as well just play it here.
You're keeping the free refill policy, right?
Pardon?
Well, when your aunt ran the place, she gave us free refills.
Oh, how many free refills?
I'm not sure. 30 or 40? It was within reason.
All right. That's Corner Gas. I'm really enjoying it. Brian and I talked about it the other day, so I don't have to say much more about it. But it's this funny, dumb comedy from Canada that came out in the early aughts. And I guess there's an animated version now that's like a new thing. I haven't checked that yet, but I'm still kind of digging through it. I'm enjoying it. It's got all the quirky Saskatchewan kind of Canada thing I like, and I like Corner Gas a lot. All right.
I'll give it another shot if we run out of Letterkenny.
Yeah, you will eventually. Although Letterkenny just had a new season, I think, so you got a lot ahead of you. Anyway, Nicole, your turn. What do you got for me?
Yeah. Let me send you my clip.
All right.
We watched. There's only 2 seasons. Mateo and I watched all of it and want more.
All right, here we go. Hit and play.
In this land of ours, there are many great pits, but none more bottomless than the bottomless pit, which, as you can see here, is bottomless.
Question, is it bottomless?
Kids, could one of you try explaining this to Seuss?
Uncle Stan, why are we here again?
To dispose of things that we don't want. So long, Mystery Shack suggestion cards.
Goodbye, creepy love letters from little Gideon. Ugh, die!
Oh, hey, I know that. That's what's her name? That's Louise.
Shaw.
Yeah, Kristen Shaw's in this. Okay, so this has to be that show the Carter's been begging me to watch, and I haven't watched yet, and I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet?
No.
You were in for such a treat. This is Gravity Falls. Only 2 seasons.
Okay.
You can watch it on Hulu or Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a wonderful show. I was complaining a few weeks ago, like, oh, YouTube. Well, the other day, Mateo goes, I think I want to watch Gravity Falls. I'm like, yes, let's watch Gravity Falls.
Yeah. Yeah, jump in. If he wants it, you want it. Let's do it.
Yeah. And so there's only 2 seasons. There's speculation that there will be a 3rd season. The last season, so season 2, I think, ended in 2017, maybe? I don't know. But there is a new show called The Owl House that we haven't watched yet, but is by the same creator of
Alex Hirsch.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alex Hirsch is like the hot new dude to talk about. He's great. Does a lot of
I loved it.
How if you don't have kids, still a good recommendal?
Oh, of course.
Gravity Falls. Okay, good.
Yes. Yes. If you don't have kids, it's still, I loved it.
Okay.
It's kind of Superman. It's like the X-Files meets a kid show, maybe.
Really?
I mean, it's like mystery and funny, and of course, I'm not doing anything here, Ava. Yeah, sure. What? Okay, I'll help you in a minute. I'm almost done. This is my life. This is my life now.
Yeah.
There she is.
She's just that age.
See, hi, Ava.
Hi, Ava. Hi.
Do you see yourself, Ava? Yeah. Go torture Millie.
Adorable. I love it. I'm gonna finally watch it then because I'm on an animation kick right now, so I need to watch it.
It is wonderful.
Yeah.
It is wonderful.
All right.
Eva, Eva baby.
That was great. Somebody clip that out. That was amazing. That was really good.
Hey, go look for something.
I just need help.
I'll help you in just a second.
My robot.
Okay, I know you want to play robot.
This is my favorite thing in the world.
Need a password?
Yeah, I'll help you in a second. Go in the other room and count to 100, and I'll be right there.
She's a future YouTuber, dude. She's got it.
So
in her
Nicole,
blood.
what side do you land on should the kids go back to school in September?
Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel about sending the kids back?
I'm embracing it. I'm going to be the teacher. It's fine.
Yeah. It's
whatever.
It's because you're tough as nails. You got this. You got this. I'm not worried about you. Well, fantastic.
I might not be able to do this show anymore, but at least the kids will be educated.
Well, yeah, kids will grow up educated, smart kids. I love it. I kind of miss my kids being that age.
Before I go, I do want to say that I noticed that Jojo Rabbit is now on HBO.
Yes.
So
Ooh, cool.
I saw that. I didn't see it. I didn't see it when it came out, so I really do want to see that. I think that's
so good.
Maybe this week, actually, I'll get that one. All right, Nicole Spag, everybody. She is also that name on Twitter, where you can find out what we talked about today and then link off to that stuff. Nicole, good luck.
Falls, watch it.
I will. Go watch. Go count to 100. Bye now. All right.
Nice.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
We done did it.
All right. We do have a quick moment here for one of these, which is fan service.
I want
fan
service!
Time for us to give a little fan service to a fan who's doing a cool project, wanted us to know about a High Squire and BC Rich. I don't know what that stands for, Brian, but you're BC Rich.
Either. BC Rich. I like it, though. BC Rich.
There you go.
Everybody.
Longtime listener, Scott, from your stories about it, From your stories about it, I must have heard you go full-time podcaster on the Buzz Out Loud before I even knew who you were. I listened to Tom and Molly religiously at that point and remembered the All-Star wrap-up. Brian, you can't tell you how much I love cover tunes, or love a cover tune. If you could do a second volume of Hair Metalville, I would be eternally grateful. All right, so you got a request there.
Got a request. Okay.
Looking for some support in the best community ever. I'm hoping for a little fan service bump if you could fit it in. I'm a very proud papa. I cannot see. In a very proud papa moment, my 16-year-old son took advantage of the quarantine to form a band called Seventh Bell and to start writing some original music. In a it all comes around moment from about 7 or 8 years ago to the month you wished him a happy birthday on the show, and he thought it was the greatest thing ever. He's a huge fan of the Beatles, especially Paul and ELO. He put together the acoustic demo of his song Lost, which you can find below. Now I'm going to tell people how to find it. It's on SoundCloud. Just go search for Love and the Other Silly Things. So just search for Love and the Other Silly Things and you'll find it.
Or even soundcloud.com, 7th Bell, 7, the numeral 7 and TH Bell.
Oh, that's even better. Yep, that's the account. Good point. So 7th Bell with a 7, the number 7 for his account.
7THBELL, yeah.
Says he's starting a GoFundMe to start getting some equipment, but if people aren't supporting him with that, just a few likes to his page or some streams on Spotify would be a huge encouragement for him and greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a big shit gratiefter to the whole FP family. Thanks, Chad. Well done, Chad. That's awesome. I'm excited for your son. That's great. Go check it out. That's funny that you're also doing a Beatles thing today for Coverville.
That's right.
How timely.
We're timing, yeah.
Timely.
Crazy.
If you've got your own fan service and you want to pop it into the show, send me an email, themorningstream@gmail.com. Hopefully by then I will not be half blind. All right. Patreon.com/TMS is our support page. You can help us out in big ways, small ways, always by going to patreon.com/TMS. We would encourage that. Please do. We'll have a regular show tomorrow and then a bonus show on Friday that you can only get by being a member there. So check it out, patreon.com/TMS. For everything else, you can find it all at frogpants.com/TMS. Brian will now take us out with a song that he has prepared especially for this moment.
That is correct. This is actually another indie in the middle, but it's an indie at the end. This is not a request unless you want to say it's a request from me. Poolside and Omar Velasco